Cluster of micro, small, and medium enterprises have called for greater research and innovation, which will so help in further growth of the Ayush sector. We are very thankful to Sri Nitin Gadkari ji for this. There is a great demand for Indian Ayurveda, yoga, and homeopathy in other countries. Hence, new and existing entrepreneurs to take the opportunity and open the doors to exports. Hello and welcome to Rashi Foundation. Chini Kam is Tewar, our initiative ABCD, all about COVID-19 and diabetes, supported by CIMSME and Sugaradhana. Confederation of Indian Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises have supported this initiative to give a hand-holding to all SMEs, MSMEs, startups, women entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, which are dedicated to the field of immunity products, sanitation and Ayush. आप सबका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. Before we start with our session, I would like to introduce our honorable speakers. Our guest speakers are Guest of Strength, Nikita Bose, State Co-Chairperson UP CIMSME, State Chairperson We, Women Entrepreneurship Empowerment UP. She's a founder of Finance Crafter Enterprises. Our second guest of honor is Gaurav Prakash, State Co-Chairperson UP CIMSME, State Chairperson MSME Growth, Co-Chairperson PhD CCI UP, Founder Chair of CIIYI, is an entrepreneur and is passionate about UP's growth. Our third guest of knowledge, Ritesh Saxena, State Chairperson UP CIMSME, State Director GCPIT, Global Council for Promotion of International Trade. He initiated the UP Startup Policy 2020, is an advisor and mentor to many startups. May I please request each one of you to tell us in short, what does CIMSME stand for, primary functions and different initiatives held by it. Nikita ji, over to you.
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to bestow my thanks to Rashi that for inviting me for such a noble cause that you are in. And इतना अच्छा लग रहा है ये सोच के कि we being from this normal career of into MSMEs and enterprises are now into talking about medical fields also. And the CIMSME, as you told, it stands for Confederation of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, and it actually is a complete networking platform wherein all kinds of entrepreneurs, startups, solopreneurs, even students who are aspiring entrepreneurs, womanpreneurs, you can name any, and they just come down onto one single platform, and the idea is to create a huge networking platform and give a base to kickstart their enterprise. So that is the idea about CIMSME altogether. Yeah, and we are also globally exposed, and we are connected with a lot of countries, and which is enabling us for international connection with the market. In CIMSME, as I am looking after the women entrepreneurship empowerment segment, so we are onboarding as many women as we have in the state of Uttar Pradesh, and we are giving them a single platform to showcase their brand, showcase their products, whatever they have, and we would want to give them a boost.
For this wonderful opportunity, and we all are very optimistic that our discussion could take us to a next level where we can work on various issues and parameters, and CIMSME can be a support body, as well as it can be a very interesting combination where we can propose government on various innovations and concepts that government can take into account. They are working in various diversified fields and streams. from business guidance of funding, investors, licensing, legal advice, government schemes, then policy making, then defining the market opportunities. So there are various initiatives that CIMSME is taking. Healthcare is one of the sectors that has gone through a tremendous innovation. Really state that IIT Kanpur has developed ventilators for just 50,000 bucks. And so, there are various innovations happening in this segment. We can, support them, channelize their services or promotions, and be a voice to them.
Okay. So a very good afternoon to Rashi, and I welcome all my dignitaries on the panel. And Rashi, I must confess to you, this is our first webinar as far as the formation of the leadership chapter is concerned. So we have our women wing chapter, which is headed by Nikita over here. We have the startup chapter, which is being headed by Ritesh over here, and I'm responsible for the MSME sector. So, it's a very beautiful initiative by you, and thank you for, inviting us all over for such a beautiful program, what you're doing, and such a meaningful program at the times when Corona has taken the world and India by surprise. And I think it's brought the human race to its knees. And also because we are representing Confederation of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, the largest segment which has been badly hit on the onslaught of Corona are these segments what we're talking about. So I think today collectively MSMEs all across India have been very majorly hit. And trust me, if we get to the crux of the grassroots, the entire foundation of our structuring of our country, whether it's the rural sector or the urban sector or the semi of rural and urban, the maximum onslaught is taken by the MSMEs of our country and startups, which hold the 62% of the youngsters who are into this gambit of MSMEs and startups. They have been very badly hit. So today, as one unit, as one world, as one India, the so-called where there are no differences of caste, creed, and religion, we all have to come together as one unit to say that together we stand and together we rise.
That was wonderful. So with this pandemic, many people have lost their jobs, their businesses. Some have also started new businesses. They are looking for hand-holding. Team CIMSME will be talking mostly on healthcare, sanitation, and Ayush sector. To start with healthcare, so we would like to know what are the various business opportunities for MSMEs in the healthcare sector?
We talk about healthcare, we can talk about four things. Number one is the services that the hospitality services and everything that is given. That is one segment. Number two is the devices and the instruments and the machinery that is used, like the ventilators and the MRI machines. That is one segment. Then the third is medicinal pharmaceutical industry you can get into, get a handhold of. And the fourth one is looking out for people outside, how to channelize and collate them if they are into that kind of a segment. So this segment has beautifully glorified. And with this pandemic coming down into picture, these hospitals, the segment of healthcare became like a true warrior. We believe that this segment has grown, and connecting with the MSME ministry, this healthcare sector will get enough power and confidence, because the government is doing a lot to inculcate these segments into their ministries. And the future of this industry has a tremendous spark in the future. And I believe being a part of CIMSME, we can onboard as many people from the healthcare industry to this segment, so as to handhold them with finances, to handhold them with the number of schemes that are there given by the government.
That the opportunity lies when there is a problem. And when there is a problem, there are people who give up, and there are people who find new ways the new evolvement procedures to come up and say that yes, we have evolved, and that's what human race is all about. We keep on evolving with time, and no matter what phase of our lives are, every human race has been so called inbuilt so beautifully that it starts evolving with time, and they start seeing prospect wherever there's a ray of hope. So as far as the MSMEs for the health sector are concerned, trust me, there is today people who are into the traditional businesses. They have left that traditional businesses, and they've started investing into gambits of, see, what are the government of India talking about, the world talking about mask, sanitization, your clean hygiene gears, the PPE kits. So if you come to know of it, Ayush is playing a very integral role in this. And if you come to see how small units are being installed, and by the taking of mudra loans which have come into existence, and people are now taking more of mudra loans coming into play, ways of methods whereby they can create products which can actually reach out to the rural sector or the urban sector of meaningful things which are being used in corona times. Hats off to the Indian mindset that they have been able to evolve themselves, and they've not given up. The Indian industries are now, whether it's MSMEs or micro or medium, right? The times are tough, but then they are looking for a ray of hope that tomorrow will be a better time for us. And any person today who sticks on today and never gives up to the battle that they are washed off, the times are coming good for India. That the kind of MSMEs which are entering into medical arena is fabulous. And there's a huge ray of hope and huge potentials. It's all about how our mindset is, and whether we have taken this onslaught of tsunami in which manner, positive or negative.
So there's a lot of opportunity for the MSMEs as well as the startups and the uh, women entrepreneurs who are actually working on ground. And there have been बहुत सारे महिला उद्यमी हैं जिन्होंने की मास्क बनाने की प्रक्रिया शुरू करी कोविड टाइम्स में, और बहुत स्मॉल स्केल एंटरप्राइज आप कह सकते हैं, और उन्होंने अच्छे अच्छे ऑर्डर्स पकड़े गवर्नमेंट के, और उन्होंने ये एक पहली पहल थी जो कि आम जनता के लिए ये कारगर सिद्ध हुई। ट्रेडिशनल वेज ऑफ हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम का जो है वो सब चेंज होता चला जा रहा है। नाउ पीपल आर नाउ गोइंग फॉर online OPDs and online consultations with the doctors. So it is progressively making a more rich experience for the user, where they are actually not getting a chance to infect or get any chance of infection. But to avoid uh, these online platforms and the technology transformation that is happening is tremendous. Like UP is a home to the most number of MSMEs, and the startups numbers are also growing. And I was reading the Invest India report, 40 million jobs का हम लोग expect कर रहे हैं in next few years.
No. In what way CIMSME promote ease of doing work in the sanitation sector? Nikita ji?
So, when we start to speak about how we help, we need to understand where is the arena where the help is required. So, we would talk about the barriers, or the बाधाएं जो आती है startups के सामने. So, we would I would take you through that. So, firstly, there is lack of capital. लोगों के पास कैसे काम शुरू करें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी रितेश जी ने जो बोला, ही राइटली कोटेड व्हेन women started making masks. So they just started with whatever clothes they had, and वो बहुत ही एक basic सा mask, and they started to sell it with 10 rupees. But entering into a larger arena and entering into a better, a large startup market, you have to have a capital. So uska ek problem number one. Then there is a lack of access to affordable banking services. Rural areas mein to now because of the initiative of rural inclusive banking, still banks are at the reach. But certain if you talk about slightly on a past times, the banking services were like negligible in the rural areas. So And right now also, I being from the financial domain, I do take a lot of financial awareness programs. The idea of doing that is, to propagate financial awareness amongst the people, because not only in rural areas, even the urban area people, women especially, they lack the financial awareness. अगर किसी को हॉस्पिटल सेटअप करना है, क्या करना है, कैसे करना, हाउ, सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स, अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स लाइक माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक क्लाइमेट, आज किसी चीज का डिमांड है, कल उसका डिमांड सडनली चला जाएगा. वी स्टार्टेड विद समथिंग विद द होप कि अभी कोविड है, कोविड के लिए हमने मास्क बनाना शुरू कर दिया, फिर कोविड खत्म हो गया, देन मास्क की डिमांड खत्म, तो हमारा बिजनेस खत्म. सो ऑल these hurdles are there. In this platform of CIMSME, we onboard a lot of women, a lot of every kind of entrepreneurs. Especially I am speaking on behalf of women because I take care of the women empowerment segment. All kinds of startup get onboarded. We think if somebody requires any kind of a startup capital, we just join the dots. That is how the basic layman language I can tell you. You get onboarded. There is somebody who is interested in investing in your project. We will get you to that person. We will get you to angel investors who are available. We will get you to the government departments. We can route you to the right kind of funding spaces like banks, yeah, government schemes. Abhi Gaurav ji was talking about mudra loan. There is stand up India loan, there is women entrepreneurship loan. So many schemes of the government that are being launched, but लोगों को पता नहीं है because the awareness नहीं है. That is how we come into picture, and there is a huge opportunity which is not being taken into, like innovative finance. आप लोगों ने अगर किसी ने क्राउड फंडिंग का नाम सुना होगा, मिल करके सब लोग इकट्ठा करके हेल्प समबडीज बिजनेस टू, हम एक लेमैन लैंग्वेज में मैं बात कर रही हूँ, सो दैट इट इज फॉर द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द ऑडियंस दैट इज लिसनिंग टू. सो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, वी ब्रिंग अबाउट पीपल टुगेदर, जिसको जिसकी जरूरत वो उसका यूटिलाइजेशन कर ले. दैट इज द थॉट अबाउट इट.
Before I say something on this, because I belong to the city of Lucknow, I have to say something with few lines for all the people who are listening to me on this platform and through your platform. And वो कहते हैं कि वो हकदार हैं किनारों के, वो हकदार हैं किनारों के जो बदल दे बहारों को. कुछ वो भी हैं जो वक्त के साँचे में ढल गए, और कुछ वो भी हैं जिनसे वक्त के साँचे बदल गए. So please understand, times are tough. We are evolving with times, and as Nikita said very beautifully, that they are the role of a confederation or a chamber today in India. You see there's so many chambers all across our country, and all are credible organizations. Their job today is major job today is of advocacy, awareness, and do the hand holding of a particular MSME or a startup or a micro industry or a small industry or a medium scale industry, and to connect him with the dots which are missing in his life. Now, suppose if he's looking for a loan, and if he does not know a person sitting in a rural sector, and if he started off a small enterprise, how will he, the role of a chamber or a confederation or industrial organizations or a government or an administration is what? To hold him tight and reach out to him for his requirements, what is needed, and to connect him to the point which can actually help him out. And that's what we do, and that's what we are all about. Like, what are the possibilities of a growth in this segment, a vertical in the segment, whether the confederation has enough data to make you aware, to sit down with you and to make you understand what are the positives, what are the negatives, how should you go about it, what are the minimum gestation period of your business, how you should, which arena, which field you should enter into. This is the job of our organization. And I'm very proud to say that we have spread over 9,000 people all across this country with various different segments. And each vertical is handling their own clusters. And our job is to make them, grow, provide them with information, provide them with the requirements for the business, what is important, and also make government aware that these are organizations which have really not benefited out of a scheme, and create more information feedbacks to the government and the administration, whereby they can get the true enhancement of the scheme.
कि स्टार्टअप्स को जैसे निकिता जी ने कहा कि बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होती है फंडिंग और स्केल अप करने में, और वो प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करना इतना आसान नहीं होता, लेकिन इसको कोलैटरल फ्री लोन्स के माध्यम से हम लोग बहुत आसानी से कर सकते हैं, जो सिडबी की एक बहुत अच्छी स्कीम है। इसमें स्टार्टअप्स को हम लोग फैसिलिटेट करते हैं कि वो इस लोन स्कीम को लेके आगे बढ़े और फिर फंडिंग्स और ग्रांट्स पे आगे बढ़े अपने इनोवेशन और मार्केट पेनिट्रेशन करने के बाद। जो हम लोग स्टार्टअप्स को हेल्प आउट कर सकते हैं, जैसे कि पॉलिसी मेकिंग में भी हम लोग गवर्नमेंट को एडवाइस कर सकते हैं कि जहाँ पे कहीं बॉटलनेक्स हैं या पे सिस्टम में गैप्स हैं, हम उनको फैसिलिटेट करें। इसके अलावा जैसे हम लोग क्लस्टर्स भी डेवलप कर सकते हैं, जिसमें कि फिजिकल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को लेके कैसे काम करें कंपनीज और स्टार्टअप्स या एमएसएमईज, तो उनका क्या एक रोबस्ट मैकेनिज्म होना चाहिए, उसके ऊपर हम लोग थोड़ी तवज्जो दे सकते हैं। एग्जाम्पल मैं ओडीओपी को बताता हूँ, तो ओडीओपी एक ऐसा प्रोग्राम है जिसमें कि कई जो एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं उनको एग्जीबिशंस में आने जाने के लिए पैसे देना या फैसिलिटेट करना, वो सारी चीज़ें मिलती हैं।
So as we floated your poster, I think we got two inquiries. Somebody wants to know that how do they become your member? Can you please tell us that?
Rashi, it's a very simple process. There is a link that we provide that is available also on the website www.CIMSME.in. इस वेबसाइट पे आप जाइए, आपको मेंबरशिप ऑनबोर्ड करने का एक लिंक मिलेगा ऑन द फर्स्ट पेज इटसेल्फ. इट्स अ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट लिंक. आप उस पे जाइए, आप पूरा अपना डिटेल डालिए, वट एवर द नेम ऑफ योर फर्म, द नेम ऑफ योर एंटरप्राइज, आपका पर्सनल डिटेल्स, योर आधार एंड ऑल. इट वुड रिक्वायर अ कॉपी ऑफ योर address proof as well, and then you submit it and you become a member. You will get a mail and you will start getting mailers and details about what are the activities that are happening in the organization. जो recently अभी करने जा रहे हैं, which is a 10-day power pack program of entrepreneurship development, जिसमें कि we are onboarding all kinds of entrepreneurs across the country. It's a pan India event happening for more than 5,000 entrepreneurs across. So these people, who can they be? They can be upcoming startup students. जो students हैं आजकल आगे बढ़ के job नहीं करना चाहते हैं, but they are full of ideas to come forward. So they can go ahead with that. Womanpreneurs, जितने भी आजकल होम मेकर्स है, बट दे वांट टू स्टार्ट अप समथिंग ऑन देयर ओन, एंड all these people who are into the medical industry also, who are wanting to get onboarded, they are also wanting कि हम क्या करें. But the question arises is how. This program is a 200 rupee charge, most nominal charged program. अभी इससे I don't think इस तरीके का knowledgeable session at such a cheap cost is available anywhere, wherein we start with how to conceptualize the idea, how to validate it, उस idea पर कैसे काम करना है, and how to go ahead with that step by step. There are 20 sessions, there is a huge syllabus. Then at the end की उसको banking से funding and everything, how people will get. So this is one. Then we are coming up with a global women summit, wherein all kind of women entrepreneurs across the world would come down on a single platform. मुझे खुद ने, मेरे खुद के बिजनेस को बहुत फायदा हुआ है बिकॉज ऑफ द नेटवर्किंग दैट आई हैव गॉट. सो people can come down, they can, number one, हमसे हेल्प ले सकते हैं about how to start, how to handhold, how to get funds from, and secondly they can come down and become a network partner, जिसमें कि वो अपने 1% चुनिंदा सेगमेंट में से चूज करके अपने लिए हेल्प ले सकते हैं.
So my next question is to Gaurav ji. I want you to see, you have been with the government forums and for a while now. I
Yeah.
want you to tell these small SMEs, small businesses, MSMEs, who have diversified into the pharma, Ayush, sanitation, healthcare, why they should join you. Please tell, please, what is the special message?
The onslaught and how India is facing this onslaught, and to take India out from this mess, we all have to come together. We have to stop doing the blame game. So our role is very important. We are reaching out to the MSMEs and startups. And we are, in fact, Rashi, you'll be surprised that CIMSME is not charging a single paisa for their memberships. And they are most welcome to become a part of our membership program. And at the end of the day, Rashi, it's all about the datas. At the end of the day, what kind of data, what we are sitting on, and what we can impart to the organizations, whereby they can actually benefit out of it. The MSMEs and the startups were facing a big scare quotient of Industry 4.0 coming in. When we're talking about Industry 4.0, it's also taking the MSMEs and startups to a level where they can compete the world market. So let's not make MSMEs and startups a scapegoat of the situation. We must reach out to them, educate them, enhance their skills. Skilling is also a very important gambit. A person who is, suppose, an MBA pass out to do a job of a peon in a government job. How can you imagine a carpenter to do a job of being a driver? You can't. You have to plug in the right jobs to have the right satisfaction. The government is trying to create skilling centers and employment centers whereby they can actually handhold the workforce to the right segment and map them with the right workforce, and so that they are able to generate more revenue and increase and make an effect to the livelihood around them. These lines keep on coming to me. Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji ki line hai कि लहरों से डर कर नौका पार नहीं होती, लहरों से डर कर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती। नन्ही सी चींटी जब दाना लेके चलती है, नन्ही सी चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है। मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है, चढ़ कर गिरना, गिर कर चढ़ना ना खरता है। आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की कभी हार नहीं होती. So this is the time where we should not give up.
So, Ritesh, since you're looking after the startups and you do advisory and mentorship to a lot of startups, why, see, all of a sudden, a lot of startups have sprouted, if you see, during this pandemic. What is the message for them?
Well, I think that keep on innovating, uh, because innovation is the only thing that will make you survive in these COVID times. And then you are taking things very positively, and a lot of packages are also coming for startups. A lot of events from Atal Innovation Mission, Startup India, in association with various organizations are coming up. So I would request all of them to participate in these events and uh, lend a voice to the whole system.
I would request the CIMSME team to tell us. Let's go over to the Ayush sector now completely. And what are the different schemes and special grants for the Ayush? Especially
So Ayush, as we name it, actually, if for the benefit of everybody, I would just like to say the full form of it. Ayush is Ayurveda, Yoga, and Naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, and Homeopathy. That makes it Ayush. तो इंडिया में अभी तक जो है एवरीथिंग वाज कमिंग, जो भी कुछ भी मेडिसिन है एवरीथिंग वाज ऑन टू एलोपैथी, बट जो हमारे बेसिक रूट्स में है, so as a part of the action plan, the MSME schemes for zero defect, zero effect manufacturing, procurement, and marketing support scheme. The schemes would be into this: marketing support, capacity building and skill development, incubation support, cluster development, and technology upgradation, which is included with financial support. And you can also use the word CART, which is Center for Agro Rural Technology, and which is also a division for Ayush only in rural areas, technology center for Ayush focused technology support, and testing centers for quality improvement and standardization. So these are the things that are promoted under Ayush, and these are the schemes wherein government is focusing on कि हम कैसे आगे बढ़ के आयुष के सहारे देश में आयुर्वेदिक, होम्योपैथिक, यूनानी मेडिसिन का संचार कर सके, so that
wonderful. So as they rightly say, never start a business just to make money, start a business to make a difference. मैं अपने सारे followers और सारे small businesses, MSMEs को request करती हूँ कि please अगर आपको कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो आप CIMSME टीम को डायरेक्टली अप्रोच करिए उनके वेबसाइट एंड उनके ईमेल आईडीज अवेलेबल ऑन दिस पोस्ट एंड ऑन दिस वीडियो लेट्स रेज आवर वॉइस टुगेदर फॉर आवर कंट्रीमेन चीनी का मिस्टर टू मेक द मोस्ट of our festivals, be safe this pandemic, especially for all those businesses who started during the lockdown. अगर आपका कोई paperwork नहीं हुआ है या अगर आप कहीं पे stuck हैं, please reach out to Gaurav, Prakash, Nikita, Bose and Ritesh, Saxena for all your problems, and I'm sure CIMSM's team will be able to help you broadly.